Let's be honest, when historical movies are done right, they don't just entertain you, they transport you into the heart of battles, inside royal chambers, or deep within collapsing civilizations. So if you're craving a mix of drama, grit, and truth, here are 10 unforgettable historical films you absolutely must watch. The Battleship Island. Imagine being promised a better life and waking up in a living hell. Set during World War II, this film tells the true story of over 400 Koreans tricked or forced into working on a Japanese coal mining island. Among them is a bandmaster who just wanted to protect his daughter. Now he finds himself at the center of a brutal fight for survival. Beneath the constant threat of violence, starvation, and humiliation, the prisoners begin planning a desperate escape. But as the Japanese prepare to destroy the island, the prisoners are pushed to the edge. This is not just a war film. It is a powerful story of resilience, betrayal, and unity. Outlaw King. He was called a traitor, hunted like a dog, and still chose to fight back. Robert the Bruce, a Scottish noble, rises from defeat to challenge English rule. After swearing loyalty to the crown, he realizes peace comes at too great a cost. He boldly declares rebellion. Forced into hiding, he gathers a small group of warriors, farmers, misfits, and loyal clans, and wages a bloody guerrilla war. Through swamps, snow, and siege, Robert claws his way back. This is a raw, muddy, blood-soaked fight for freedom. A true underdog comeback story. The First King. What if the birth of an empire began with a brutal betrayal between two brothers? Romulus and Remus, twins born for greatness, live quietly near the Tiber River. But when nature strikes and floods their home, they're swept into a harsh new life of slavery. Sold off and forced to fight for survival, they quickly realize their bond is the only thing keeping them alive. But fate has other plans. A prophecy says the future empire will be named after the brother who kills the other. What starts as a survival story becomes a grim tale of destiny, ambition, and the price of legacy. The Admiral. Roaring currents, 12 ships, over 300 enemies, one man who would not back down. In 1597, Admiral Yi Sun-sin faces overwhelming odds. With just 12 Korean ships, he must defend against a Japanese fleet of over 300. Morale is low. The sea is unforgiving. But his strategy, courage, and leadership turn the tide. This is not just a naval battle. It is a masterclass in resilience. Explosive action, powerful emotion, and some of the best sea warfare ever put to film. The Last Duel. 3 sides. 1 accusation. A final fight for truth. In 14th century France, Knight Jean de Carouge accuses his former friend Jacques Legris of assaulting his wife, Marguerite. The king orders a duel to the death. But what really happened? The story is told from 3 different perspectives, each revealing a different version of events. This is a bold, emotional, and unflinching look at truth, justice, and how society silenced women. A haunting film that leaves you thinking long after it ends. Apocalypto. Before colonizers arrived, a civilization was already falling. Jaguar Paw is a young hunter in the Mayan Empire. His peaceful life is shattered when raiders attack his village. Captured and marked for sacrifice, he escapes and begins a desperate race through the jungle to save his pregnant wife and child. What follows is a relentless, heart-pounding journey of survival. Told entirely in Yucatec Maya, this film is violent, breathtaking, and completely unforgettable. There will be blood. He didn't find oil. He took it. Daniel Plainview starts as a silver miner. Driven by greed and ambition, he builds an oil empire using lies, manipulation, and even his adopted son to gain trust. As he battles with a local preacher, their rivalry grows into a war of power and pride. This is a film about obsession, corruption, and the cost of success. Daniel Day-Lewis delivers a performance that is fierce, chilling, and unforgettable. The Imitation Game, he broke the Nazi code. Then society broke him. Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician, is recruited to help crack the Enigma machine during World War II. With a team of cryptographers, he builds one of the first computers, helping turn the tide of the war. But after the victory, his own government punishes him for his sexuality. This is a powerful story of genius, sacrifice, and injustice. A war film without bullets, but full of impact. Master and Commander. The far side of the world. Life at sea is brutal. Chasing a ghost ship makes it worse. During the Napoleonic Wars, Captain Jack Aubrey commands the HMS Surprise. His mission is to hunt down a stronger, faster French warship. But the pursuit stretches across oceans. From violent storms to illness and self-doubt, Aubrey must lead his men with strength and heart. It's not just about war. It's about survival, leadership, and sacrifice. Beautifully shot and filled with authentic detail, this film is a hidden gem of historical cinema. Downfall. Inside Hitler's bunker, the world burns. Told through the eyes of his young secretary, this film captures the final days of Adolf Hitler as the Nazi regime collapses. Surrounded by paranoia, betrayal, and denial, Hitler spirals deeper into madness. Outside, Berlin falls to the Soviets. Inside, loyalty turns to fear. Downfall is haunting, intimate, and uncomfortably real. One of the most powerful portrayals of World War II ever made.